Hey there, how you doing? And welcome to another episode of Have Fun, Make Music. It's been a minute since I've made a video. Just been really busy with work, with holidays that just passed. I live not far from New Orleans, so it's actually Mardi Gras Day right now. I think for the rest of the world, it's Tuesday. Maybe not for some places in Brazil, maybe. Anyway, so I wanted to make a video regarding the new Fender Studio Pro. If you guys don't know, Studio One is no longer a thing. It's now been replaced with Fender Studio Pro. And Fender bought Studio One, or PreSonus, I should say, maybe a couple years ago. So this was kind of an inevitability. That's a big word. But it was inevitable. And I think when it first happened, when Fender Studio Pro took over Studio One, a lot of people were up in arms about how could this happen? And I don't know, it's kind of ridiculous. But I was on the fence about upgrading, but I did decide to upgrade, and it's because of a few new features, and I want to go over those features with you if you're still kind of on the fence. I'm not affiliated with Fender or PreSonus, if they're still a company, or Studio One, any one of those. I'm not affiliated. I've just been using their DAW for a long time, and I just wanted to show the YouTube world some things that I think are pretty cool and I think are definite upgrades. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, please do. It really will mean the world to me. Even if you just like the video, it really helps me out. I appreciate it. So without further ado, here are some great new features of Fender Studio Pro. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing I want to show, and I'm actually recording this video the day after because I really wanted to cover this and failed to mention this really cool aspect of Fender Studio Pro, which is this new like click drum machine. It's like a drum machine metronome, if you will. It's basically an alternative to the click track, which if you've been recording for a while, you know that it's important to have to be tight to the click track, to have good rhythm throughout all your performances. But there's kind of a lack of groove if you don't have drums already laid down and you just want to record something real quick, maybe a melody that you're working on. And this is a great new feature of Studio Pro where you don't have to just record to a click track. You can record to like a drum track, which is set to your beats per minute, like a click track. So just to show you real quick, down here, you have your metronome. And if you want to know shortcut for click track to turn it on or off, I'm kind of I'm moving things around here a little too much. C is the shortcut. So down at the bottom here, you'll see if you press C, it'll turn it on and off. But what's cool is if you right click, you'll notice this new thing called drums. So instead of a normal click track, you can go to your metronome setup, and if you click drums, this will automatically light up. And there's a whole new section here. What's cool about this is this will basically create a drum track, I guess, scratch drum track that'll act as your click track. So you can record to a drum track as opposed to a click track. And why is this important? Because drums, they have a groove to them, right? And your performance will follow the groove, or it should, in my opinion. And this is really good. This can really actually improve your overall tracks, your recordings, just overall, because you can actually like have a groove to record things from the beginning. So I'm just going to show you some of the presets here, and they have a lot of presets. As you can see, we have, rock, blues, metal, country, I mean, there's a lot. So, and each have drop downs. But just to show you, this is the straight rock drum metronome. Right? So this essentially is your click track, but it's actual drum machine or drum player, if you will. So they've got a whole bunch of, I'll go through some of these presets real quick. It's cool. Sunset Strip. 90s rock. Easy Trot. That's an interesting one. It's interesting. 16ths. And what's cool also is that you can just, let's go back to straight rock here, just for example. You've got these speeds. So you've got your normal, I have my BPM set at 130 beats per minute, and it'll follow that. But you can like just automatically double time this. So this is straight rock double time. Or you can half time it. Pretty cool stuff. So just a great new feature, which I think is it's like a small added detail, but I think it's kind of a big detail in my opinion, because this is going to affect how you perform into Fender Studio Pro, and like this could help with your tracks overall, and just have like all the tracks following this really good groove. So yeah, honorable mention for sure is the drum machine or drum metronome. I don't even know what they call it officially. I'm just calling it a drum metronome. But yeah, on to the next feature. All right, so the second thing I want to touch upon is the new Studio Verb plugin in Fender Studio Pro. And it's really good in my opinion. I already recorded some songs with it, some tracks, ran it through the plugin, and it's just like, I can just immediately tell it's a really good quality reverb. And there's some cool things along with it too I'm going to touch upon. So I just have here Steven Slate drum track, and I've already added a effects channel for the drums overall, and I'm sending to that. But I'm going to go ahead and mute it so you can hear the dry versus the wet signal. So this is just the drum groove here. Okay, dry drums. And now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this Studio Verb on. So real quick, without it, with it. I'm going to go through some presets here. Try some. That's a lot of reverb, but let's try real rooms. Yeah, I like that. That's a cool one too, short. That's cool. Again, dry. Out and with. really cool reverb. And when you kind of look at the plugin, it's pretty straightforward, but there's some like cool things. One of the things I really thought was just a great idea is this ping button. And what is a ping? It's like a pre-listen, it shows. And what it's doing is basically it's letting you know how the reverb sounds without any music going. So this is really cool because right now you have in this preset there's like no pre-delay, but if you turn up the pre-delay, which pre-delay is a huge part of reverb, and it's important to understand pre-delay for a lot of things, but let's try maybe something. I think this one was really exaggerated. So let's turn to pre-delay. So you can definitely hear, you get to hear your pre-delay, which means you can hear the transient coming through, and then basically the time between the transient coming through and when the reverb kicks in. So the more you turn that up, so this is a really exaggerated pre-delay. So there's a delay. So it's just, I mean, that's such a great idea. I mean, because you can just quickly check your pre-delay. They also have, there's sync buttons, so you can sync to whatever your, your DAW BPM is. You have this low cut, which is really cool because reverb, it's very important to put essentially a low cut or high pass filter on your reverb if they don't have some type like low cut like this. Color, I think it's just, in fact, let's listen to this. Mess with this a little bit. It's like a like a lower. Let's see. Modulation. Obviously, you have a gain. You have a gain here. You have how much is in the mix. We could turn this up, exaggerate it a little bit. That's basically all dry. Wet signal, totally. So yeah, I mean, all around this, I've put this on drums. I put it on acoustic guitar. Have yet to use it for vocals, but I'm super excited to use it for vocals. But yeah, Studio Verb, great addition. Okay, so last but certainly not least is this new Mustang Native plugin, which is I guess Fender Studio Pro's amp simulator plugin. And there's also a bass amp simulator plugin called Rumble. I'm going to go into Mustang mainly because I don't have a bass guitar with me right now. And I'll probably do another video on that. But this was the number one reason that I decided to dish out the $99 for an upgrade, because I already had Studio One 7 and that was the cost of Fender Studio Pro. But when I saw this and then I heard it, I was like, man, this is worth it. This is worth it to me. So let's check it out. So to get to the Mustang Native plugin, it's under your effects in Studio One. And obviously, just like everything else, you can drag and drop. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put this right here just so you can see. Let me activate this. And so one thing that I was very impressed with right out the gate was the clean tones that come with this Native plugin. I'm gonna touch upon the Native side of things too in a second, but I have Amplitude 5, which is a little bit older of an amp simulator. I thought it was really cool. I still think it's a cool simulator, but there was just I think I felt like I needed more clean tones and like good clean tones. I think that this really has some great clean tones and some gain, some heavy distortion. So I think one thing that's awesome, and honestly, I haven't used this quite a lot because I really just got a Fender Studio Pro, but the amount of factory presets was staggering. I mean, look at this. What do we have here? 226 presets. That's probably why I haven't gone through them all, because there's 226 of them, and there's some really cool ones. You know, I think I had favorited one, but we're just gonna go through these real quick. So if you want to use this, all you got to do, very simple interface. Some people were complaining about this. I don't really care. That's about how it sounds to me at the end of the day. But if you just click on a pedal, it'll pop up. I'm gonna go ahead and move this over so we can see the full thing. You can click it on and off. You click outside, you can click this, boom, your settings, your amp come up, and then obviously this is kind of your post settings. There's a spring reverb here. But let's go ahead and actually we might do this list view. Let's go to classic rock. So now you've got this, looks like a Marshall replica with a large hall reverb. So like, and that's pretty cool. Goodness. And then you can also change the cabin. Maybe we'll go back to that in a second. I'm going to use this one. Country twang. Got cool stuff. Tweed sugar. It looks like this is like an old style almost. Cool. Keep on moving. Uber metal. So this is Uber metal. I wonder if this is trying to be like maybe a Wagner. See how that sounds. Yeah, that's cool. Pretty high gain stuff. There. Let's keep on going with an ambient wash. Let's see what this sounds like. Oh, very dreamy. So yeah, very. Ooh. Cool. I mean, some of these, and there's a whole bunch of delays and effects. But yeah, I mean, you can go on for days. I want to check out Master of Mullets, because how could I not? Okay, so right off the bat, yeah, this is definitely. This looks like the exact. I think it was an amp, Mesa Boogie amp, that Metallica used back in the day. It looked a lot like this. So obviously, I mean, Master of Mullets, Master of Puppets. Yeah, So that sounds really good though, man. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. That sounds good. Um, there was another one, 80s Hysteria. Sorry, just gotta try this. Ooh. Sounds really good. Sounds good. Pedal detune. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, guys. I mean, I can go on for days. I'm not going to, but like so much good stuff. There was one I just want to show you real quick because I think I favorited. Yeah. So you can also, by the way, you can go through these and then there's so many of them, 226. So you can go and pick your favorites. I had this synth whiz. Let me see what I felt like this was good. It's almost, it's like a octave pedal. Yeah, there's an octave pedal. Just thought this was. Just love that. It sounds awesome. Awesome stuff. Okay. I don't even know what kind of amp that would be. I don't know if you know. Maybe it's like a. I don't know. So anyway, let me go back. So I want to show you something real quick. Meaner Streets. I think that's probably a Van Halen, maybe. Meaner Street, like a Mean Streets. This looks like a definitely a Mesa Boogie type. Yeah, cool Mesa tones. Pretty good. Pretty good Mesa tone. But you also can change the cabinet. And what's cool about this, I'm gonna go ahead and just. It'll change in real time. So. So, yeah, I mean, it's the amount of options that you have is staggering. I thought they really did a great job with this. But that's basically it. Those are, I think, the three main aspects of the new Fender Studio Pro that really drew me into it. I'm going to be diving into this more. I'll make some more videos to show you. I know there's a new, like, easier way to convert audio to MIDI, which is awesome. And there's also chord, kind of like a chord generator, a chord progression generator, something like that. I'll be making some videos on that. But all in all, great buy. I'm really happy that I got the new Fender Studio Pro. I'm looking forward to just recording more music with it, diving into it more. And yeah, I'll make some more videos. If you're still on the fence or you want to know more, just keep on watching. But look, that's it. I appreciate checking out the video. Please like and subscribe. Means the world to me. But until next time, have fun, make music. I'll see you again.